Good morning, Facebook family. Good morning. Gonna hop on to see just for a minute, see if anybody joins me. As you can see, I'm actually not in the garden, as in my garden at home, but I am outside at the area in which I train with my trainer. I'm gonna turn the camera around so that you guys can see. We work out at the track each week. I'm waiting for him to get here, so we'll be getting it in just a minute. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting on him, I wanted to talk to you just a moment about suffering in silence. As you all know, on tomorrow is the pain management. Good morning, Sabrina. The pain management live Q&A, where we're going to have a whole host of experts in the room that you won't see anywhere else together. Good morning, Lynn. And this panel of experts are going to gather together tomorrow to help empower the community so that we don't have to suffer in silence. Many times when we have conditions with our health, with our mental status, we keep those things a secret. And we don't realize the burden that it creates when we are trying to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders alone. So we suffer in silence. I myself suffered in silence many years because I didn't tell anybody about what was going on with me. I didn't let my sisters and brothers know because I knew immediately they would say, move home, and we'll help support you. And I didn't, but I was so caught up in that mindset, good morning, Tara, of I've got to do this thing on my own, and that I'm so independent that I don't want anybody's help. But what I was doing was creating more suffering for myself. Y'all please forgive the get up this morning again. I'm outside to work out with my trainer, and it's cold out here. Don't be fooled by the sun. It's nice and sunny and bright, but it's cold. So, but I'm going to promise you I won't stay cold long, because once he starts working me, I'll be sweating and coming out of this coat real quick. But again, back to the topic, suffering in silence. We create more suffering when we don't share what's going on with us. We keep things a secret in the hopes to protect people, but what it does is create more suffering for ourselves. A friend of mine, I remember when her mother passed away, she found out her mother was a diabetic. And she's like, my mom's not a diabetic, but she was. She had been a diabetic for 2 or 3 years at that point, but never told anybody because she didn't want them to worry. But when we do that, we create suffering for ourselves, and we don't allow people to support us and encourage us the way God intended for us. He didn't put us here to go through this thing alone. We are supposed to be here to support, encourage, and to pray for each other, to pray with and for each other. But we don't do that because we keep things to ourselves, and what that does is we carry the weight and the burden of that. And even though we don't realize it's a weight and a burden, we think, I'm okay, I got this. And everything in this society today encourages us to do this thing on our own. Yes, I'm a single woman. I'm an independent lady. I take care of myself, and all of those things are great. But we buy into this to the extent that we won't let anybody know when we're hurting, whether that is emotionally, whether that is physically, psychologically. We don't tell anybody what's going on with us. So we end up suffering. Let's stop suffering in silence, y'all. And so on tomorrow, I want to encourage you all to come out to the Pain Management Live Q&A the Live Q&A event at Authors and Arts Studio with Tara Henry. There are going to be a panel of experts in that room that you won't get together anywhere else again. There's going to be Dr. Krishana Clark. She's a chiropractor. Michael Jenkins, who is a rehabilitation specialist. Kimberly Sargent, who is a holistic nurse practitioner who's been in private practice for 23 years. Dion Vines, who is a registered nurse and nursing manager at Duke Raleigh Hospital. I feel like I'm Joy Gills, who is a mental health counselor, and myself, who is a life coach. We're going to give you guys some tools that are going to help you stop suffering in silence. And this isn't just for you. You'll be like, well, I don't have arthritis, I'm not coming to it. It's not just about arthritis. Dion is actually going to speak a little bit tomorrow about inflammation, the causes of it, and what we can do to prevent it. Because inflammation, people don't realize, is behind every major illness we have, whether that's heart disease and diabetes to arthritis. So if you or you're someone you know or love suffers with any kind of disease, you need to be in the room tomorrow at Authors and Arts, 3 to 5 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, November the 18th, so that we can stop suffering in silence, so that we can empower, uplift, and motivate each other to live our best life, and so that we can get the tools that are going to help us when things are not as great as what they can be. Yes, I'm the Joyful Living Coach, and I have a joy within me, but that doesn't mean I'm always happy. Things happen in life that can kind of shake us sometimes. This week, my favorite uncle was hospitalized with pneumonia, and that pulled on my heart, because that's my baby. He's 70-some years old, and that's my baby. But still, things happen in life. But when you have the tools that'll equip you to continue to move forward and to go on, then you don't have to suffer in silence. So let's stop suffering in silence, guys. Let's do what we can to make sure that we stay motivated, stay empowered, and stay uplifted to live every day in joy. God didn't create us to suffer in silence. Even when Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane right before he was supposed to go to the cross, he took Peter and John with him. He had 12 disciples that went with him everywhere. Let's stop trying to do this thing by ourselves, guys. This has been Kimberly Dixon in the Garden with Joyful Living. I love you all. I'll see you all on tomorrow. And I think that's my trainer walking up now. So I'm getting ready to get it. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye.